Hello, 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 everybody. Happy New Year to you, and welcome to our first free readings of 2024. Can you believe it? But here we are, already the fifth day into the new year. Whoosh. It's going to be a very prosperous new year. So, thank you guys for joining me again. And for all of those of you who are new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. We got a great group of people, huge hearts, great sense of humor, great combo. And so we'll get started here. Let me just get my desktop all set up and we will get into it. What was I going to say? Well, if you are enjoying these free readings, make sure to give the video and the stream a little thumbs up. It does tell YouTube that you're enjoying it and it helps spread the Zen love. So very much appreciate all of you that do that. It's free, which is a great price. All right, almost done here. Let me just get this set. I think we are good to go there. And before we get started, I want to reintroduce something that I did in the beginnings and kind of drifted away from it. But I feel like with this new year, wanted to focus on raising the vibration of the planet, really recognizing that that's something that we all can do. When one of us sends out unconditional love energy to the world, it counteracts a million people who are experiencing lower vibrational fear energies. And so it's very powerful, very amazing. So I'd invite you to do that with me if you would. Whether you're watching this live or on replay, we can all join together outside of space and time. I'm going to bring in my beautiful Tibetan singing bowl, and we're just going to take a big deep breath, bring that energy in, and then breathe it out to the world. All right. And of course, for any of you that need unconditional love in the moment, we send that love to you right now as well. Let's take it in like a giant hug from the universe. Beautiful. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me in doing that. I'm just going to put the singing bowl back here out of the way. And that way I won't be smacking it and hitting it every couple minutes. So thank you so much. Now, of course, 2024, I did put out a pick a card that deals with the 2024 energy forecast. Was not a pick a card. Actually, it was for each individual zodiac sign. Here's the playlist for that if you're interested in checking that out. It'll give you the love, money, and career overall for the entire year. And we even split out the year into 3 equal 4-month periods, giving a blessing for each that Spirit wants you to know about, and pulled extra cards to see what else they wanted you to know about that. So be sure to check it out. And then also, we put out a winter solstice, summer solstice pick a card. And so here's the link to that. It gives you the 3-month from December 21st to like March 21st. And there was a special second part in there. And there's timestamps all listed in there. For each individual zodiac sign, they pulled one more card for every single one to give you the theme around it. Plus, you can look at your planets and go, like my moon is in Pisces. So what is Pisces bringing me during these 3 months around my emotions and around my interactions with mother? So it's a pretty cool pick a card. And then happy birthday to all you Capricorn sun babies. We have this pick a card here for everyone for Capricorn season, which runs a month, 12/21 to January 21st. And there's a special bonus reading in there for Capricorn sun babies. It's a 3-month forecast from the date of your birth up 3 months. So if you have Capricorns in your life, be sure to give them that little link there. for their free reading. And then we put out a really cool um, meditational pick a card reading here. I was blown away by this. This was the first meditation pick a card for 2024, and I feel like they're going to be at a whole new level. So be sure to check that out. We went to the Glastonbury tour, which is over in England. It's a beautiful story. Be sure to check that out, all free. And I also put out the Capricorn New Moon Alert. I put it out early, actually by accident, but I was like, rather than pull it back from everyone, my praying mantis members get it a week in advance, and I must have hit a wrong button on scheduling it. So you actually get it a week early too. So if you're interested in the Capricorn new moon coming up, there's the pick a card for that. All right. And I also, for the month of January, I introduced a new birthday readings, and they're 50% off until the end of January. So if you're interested, you can take a look at that. Plus, any of my services are all listed in the description box below: personal readings, past life readings, hedges of peace and love, which are an energetic type of service I offer, and then Wish Upon a Star Astro readings. All of that's down below. If you're interested, be sure to check it. And that is everything. So, um, I come on a little early just to make sure I can cover all those things and let you guys know what I offer and all the free stuff that's out there too. So shout out to um, all you beautiful people, and I appreciate you guys being with me in this journey. And I'm so blessed and so grateful that you guys are here. All right, so we're going to be using the Light Seers Tarot today, one of my faves. And of course, if you're new to my channel, how the free readings work, I go down in order, first come, first serve, down the chat. The chat is the list. And anyone that makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. It's how I live. It's how I am able to offer all the free stuff that I do. So big thank you for all of you that give donations. I understand not everyone can. That's why I like to offer free readings too. But I do honor that energy exchange, and I do step out from those the free readings to prioritize anyone that makes the donation. I dive deeper, pulling more cards. When I'm done, I return back and then continue down the free readings. So that's the skinny. Let's get into it. Hey, Johanna Jurison, you're my first donation. So thank you so much. Let's give that some love. And shout out to one of my YouTube members too. I have memberships for my YouTube channel, and the donations of all those help also with everything. So thank you, Johanna. And I have a praying mantis membership, which is $7.99 a month, which after these sessions, I have an hour or so that I go and spend with my praying mantis members. And then also on Thursday nights, we have a 2-hour Q&A as well. All that information is in the description box, of course. So, Johanna, you want to know why are you so drawn to see? Let's take a look here and see. Why are you so drawn to see? Let's see what else we got here. All right. Let's see what we've got going on. All right. All right. Yeah, I do see here you've got some deep stuff going on here. So you got the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups, she not only helps roll over the cups with the king, but all the queens are given a second portion of water. So she is very in tune, deep diving into her emotions, right? Deep into the subconscious. You also have the Full card, which represents like a soul. And so there's this deep soul connection that you have. And when I feel like this, you even have the Four of Pentacles, which is kind of like this feeling of home with all of this. And all this combination of these three together just are telling me that you have a significant past life connections. So you've been in past lives together, and in this day and age, especially over the last year and going forward, we've really have had our subconscious. We become more conscious of our subconscious, which sounds weird, but usually we're like what 10% conscious, 90% subconscious. It's like now we're 11% conscious and 89%. We got like deeper into our subconscious access to it, and now past life, type of energy is being activated even within existing friendships and relationships. Suddenly we're like, what, why do I feel this deeper connection with someone out of the blue? Well, it wasn't out of the blue. The entire planet has gone through a little upgrade where we've been granted an extra 1%. So you'll start to feel that. But this one, I definitely feel that here. You felt it too? Okay, good. Because you've got the Five of Swords, which is like this struggle between the head and the heart. And the Seven of Pentacles is like this growth that's happening between the two here. And again, this feels like there's some past life roots by this, is what I feel here. But that's what's kind of a little bit strange feeling, you found them so randomly. Yeah, like, well, you think you found them randomly, right? But they were shoved into your life, and you into theirs, right? And there's this it's like your mind's going, I don't get it. Why am I, they're like have access to my heart and my life faster than normal, right? And that's why the mind's going, what's happening here? What's happening here? Yeah, and you even got the sun card on the bottom here, which is brightness, shining bright light onto everything of your life, but it's also inner child, subconscious, lower levels too. So you definitely have this drawing in together, this brightness, the spark, that shining light. And I don't feel like either of you are afraid to see things more deeply, in your own life. These reflections that you showing each other. Might be a little bit of like friction with that Five of Swords, but it's you know, I don't know, it's this Capricorn energy too for this, that we're in the Capricorn season. It's Saturn, it's devil card, shadow energy. This is always a time for shaking and rattling of our cage anyway, where we question our thoughts and beliefs. So you might be feeling some of that, but that's what's going on, and that's why you're attracted to them. And makes total sense. Coming back into each other's lives and to show each other some more fun stuff. So I like that for you. Anything else here? He's a Capricorn too. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's just naturally progresses here. You got the Eight of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, which is this feeling of being in school, but upgrades and abundant feelings. Again, there's this feels just natural. It doesn't even feel like you have to try with all of that coming in. It just feels like it's um just flows, and it just feels full and flowing like that. So I like that for you. But now you know what the source of it is there. So I like it. It feels very abundant and full and part of the progression of your outside life. So flow with it, baby, flow with it. Right, and that's what they have for you, there, Johanna. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. And then Mia, thank you for your donation. Let's give that some love here. All right. And you have here, hi. So, um, does Spirit see you doing an artistic stained glass for your Windows course? You'd be the start of successful creative career, also amazing financially, or a better field path. Okay, let's take a look here. You're welcome, Johanna. All right. Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know here? Is this stained glass a good financial endeavor, or is there something else even more? All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, it feels like there's something else because you've got the death card, which is death and rebirth. So there's an ending and beginning of something, and you got the Page of Swords, which would be clarity, and you even see the light bulbs, new ideas, ding, ding, ding. That would be popping in here for you. So I do feel like there is some it's like going to be totally new for you too, because you've got the 3 of cups, which is joy and celebration and connecting with the spirit world. Here's the Fool card, something totally new, something totally open, something free of any expectations, and it just feels like a beautiful flow. But spirit will help you here. There's also this about community, and there's you joining something community wise or like tribal wise, where there's going to be a couple of other people that you're going to do something with that helps financially. And so it's something that you're already could be already existing that you join together with that helps you with this, because I do see here with the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles is new opportunities opening in the outside world, and the Nine of Wands is about, the only thing that's holding you back is you here, because if you look closely, if you just raise this Ace of Wands, the little obstacle that's keeping you from going forward just falls away. And really you could step over that, but because your energy is what's creating this, that's why you feel you can't move into something. And so it's important for you to look at, with the Page of Swords, any of your thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets that you feel, they're rooted in fears. There's these beliefs about, well, I couldn't do that, but it's like, why can't you? Well, other people are more better at that. It'd be like if you're wanting doing something artistic and there's people coming together to put on an art show or something. And it's like, well, I can't do that. That they're so much better. It's like, what? Wait a minute, question that. And don't be afraid to step forward, because there could be something again that you're joining together with others with this 3 of cups, and it is this rebirth. I mean, you've got the Fool card and the Death card, which, the 0, the Fool card, is the first card in the major arcana, following the World card, last card in the major arcana, which is ending of significant cycles and beginning of new adventures, but free of so many restrictions. Like the Fool card is definitely this like it's like a 2-year-old or whatever that's like so excited about doing things, and they haven't learned to be reasonable, as we call it. We poke little kids dreams by going, oh, think of doing something more reasonable. You can't be an astronaut, hardly anyone does, so you can't do that. But this is about you stepping beyond that and allowing that. So I don't feel like the stained glass is like a huge thing. Like I feel like you could be get some income in that, and I feel like you would enjoy it, but I feel like there's a field that is so much more abundant for you that they're nudging you towards. So that's what they got for you, Mia Mia. So many blessings to you, and thank you again for your donation. All right, and Dune, thank you so much for your double donations here. We'll give the first one some love here. Thank you. And you want to know about your job situation. Will it become better? All right. Let's take a look here from Spirit and see what they want you to know about your job situation. All right. Let's see what we got here. Excuse me. We had some beautiful snow last night, and it's going to be like super, super cold, and we're excited. I love cold weather. So you've got the 5 of Pentacles, and I can see here, what a beautiful journey we have with the 5 of Pentacles. That's a transformation of moving from a feeling of lack, being left out in the cold like this, left behind. You can see the key in the corner here. And if she looks up, she knows that she has the key to get through the door. So a big part of, your job situation becoming better is the realization and the transformation of our thoughts and our beliefs around lack. Because you have the Ace of Swords here, which is about the story we tell ourselves, the story that we put on things. And this has given us the opportunity to, rise in our thoughts and our beliefs and look at things from a higher perspective. When we focus on my job isn't doing well, then we our energy and our story that we're putting to it tells the universe what we how we want the story to continue. It's like if we tell the universe, "I wanna hear a scary story," then they're like, "Okay, here's the scary story." We're like, "No." And then we're hearing the scary story and we are telling them, "I want a scary story," the more we pay attention to it. But if instead we tell the universe, "I want to have a story of gratitude with a happy ending," then they're like, "Oh, let's tell the story about the happy ending instead of a scary story," right? And so this is about the change of mindset, the change of mind that can bring in the Page of Pentacles, a higher experience if we'll focus on that. And this does tell us here, the cards here tell us the story. The Five of Swords, again, another five, the change of and transformation of our mindset from something scary that involves blood and sweat and tears and loudness and headaches. It transforms here with the Six of Swords, leaving behind the old stories and moving forward. And you can have the sun, you can have this brightness that comes in here, which is the abundance, which is this flow, but it requires this change of mindset and the change of how we approach things. Because if I have a lot of expectations of my job is supposed to be this, supposed to be this, supposed to be this, and it's not happening, and I'm focusing on how it's not happening, it's not happening, not happening. Telling the universe I enjoy this not happening, not happening, not happening because that's where I'm focusing my attention. If you switch your focus to gratitude for what you do enjoy in the job, then the universe hears that and goes, "Oh, you want more of that. You want more of that happiness in your job." And so you hold the power on this here. So it can become better, but it requires you changing the story. It's like, well, I didn't get that promotion or that bonus, or, I'm not doing well in those metrics or whatever it is. We're focusing on all that we're not doing and what other people are not doing. That just takes us down the downward spiral, right? It just takes us down the rabbit hole further and further and further down into lower vibrational experiences here. So you definitely have the possibilities of the sun, one of the most successful cards there. But it does take you with that movement of the Six of Swords for moving from one way of looking at things to a new way, letting fears go and focusing on blessings and gratitude for what you do have. And I know, like, economies can be horrible in some places, but when we believe all these stories of, oh, the world's this way, the world's this way, we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. So if we feel abundance on the inside and gratitude, the world starts transforming around us, even if it's just in within our bubble, where people are like, "Why did you get a raise? No one else did." And you're like, "Because I'm living in a world of abundance." You can too, but so that's what's coming in there for that for you there, Dune. So hopefully that helps. And thank you for that donation here. Yeah. Yeah, and everyone, because it's very common, like you're saying, you know, the job doesn't do this. Well, where does the job fit what you're wanting, right? There's so many problems at my job. Well, what are the blessings at your job? All the coworkers have the same problem at work. Well, if everyone's believing the same stuff, then that's definitely what we all experience. And we're taught, of course, as humans, so much. Children growing up focusing on what we feel is missing, what we hate, what we fear will come in or leave our lives, or not come in and not leave our lives. And so we're taught from a very early age, focus on the lower vibration, and we draw lower vibration in. But there's a difference, right? Um, there, you say many coworkers have it, but what about those who don't, right? So we do have this change that we can have around the attitude around things, and then that can change things. And then when we are focusing on what we're grateful for, then creator also, they're like, "Oh, So you like jobs with that. Well, here's a job that does a whole much more of it and opportunities open up. But if we're not grateful for what we already have, then we don't, you know, um, then we don't get new things coming in. Yeah. So the story we have an environmental problem. Change your story is what spirit is saying. And if you keep telling the old story, you're going to keep getting the old same ending of the story, right? So there's talking about do a gratitude journal, even if it's every day, write something. And if it's the job, that's the big thing in your life. Make a note every day is, what I appreciate about my job, right? Yeah. So you're very stubborn about keeping the same story, so you're going to have the same experience with that, right? We can't fix the machines. Yeah, that's a great story. I'm grateful for what we can fix. I'm grateful for what we can do. I'm grateful for solutions. What in your job are you grateful for? Because if you're focusing so much energy on the can'ts and the don'ts, guess what? You're inviting more can'ts, more don'ts in, right? So it's amazing the energy we hold. And I know we're taught differently with our human minds, but this is great for everyone to know. We are co-creators and we're not the ones in the back seat in the child seat with the creator driving it and we're out of control. No, we're the ones behind the driver's seat. The creator is in the passenger seat and they're going, "What do you want to do next?" And they're like, "I want to experience more devastation." They're like, "Well, cool. Take a left here and we're going to, go off into this, down into this canyon. Here we go." You're like, "All right, let's go." But if we're saying, "I want a smooth ride and I want to have, this and that," and they're like, "Okay, we'll guide you in that direction." But our energy is what's so much in control of it all. So try to change your story. Try to, find something that, are you getting paid? Well, that's something to start to be thankful for. I get a wage. I'm not a slave to someone that pays me no money, I get paid. Do you have benefits? Do you have, find something every day, one thing every day to be grateful for and try to make it different and you'll see a change that will happen. So, that's what they want you to know with that. So hang in there, Dune. I know it's a change of, especially if you're in that environment where you feel like there's don't no hope, but gratitude and laughter and joy are game changers. It changes our energy from lower vibrational fears to higher vibrational joy and abundance. So all right, so that's what they have for that one, June. And then your second question, thank you for your additional donation. When will you release your first book? All right, let's take a look here. Let's shuffle these up, get some energy in here. So tell us about this new book, the first book. Tell us about the first book. What do you want? All right. Let's see what we have here. All right. All right. So you have the Fool card here, which is a brand new beginning, this brand new opening that's coming in here. So the first book is going to be released. It's around this timing here, and it's not like an exact day or period, like this day and this month. They're showing you because there's so much of our life is ranges. It's not like very little is fated that it has to happen on an exact day at an exact moment. But you've got this brand new, journey that's coming in here. It's the ending of old cycles, this beginning of a new adventure that's coming in here. You've got the Three of Cups, which is like a community here. And I feel like you're joining since it's about authors and writing, I feel like you're joining a writing group or are you going to school? There's like this, you're finding this group of individuals that are all about promoting and all about writing. You even have the justice card coming in here, which is the balancing out here, the balancing of the scales and um, new knowledge, new clarity around your book too. Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah. So there's this higher, the Ace of Swords is higher education. That's why I was kind of looking at this too. So there's this beautiful balancing here, some great reflection. And I feel like that's what's kind of part of this process of unfolding is that you're going to see things differently and make some adjustments. Because you also have here with the Page of Pentacles is a higher way of looking at things in the outside world, and the Judgment card is your higher self having you look at things from a different perspective and kind of change things. And it could be something like, you know, I wrote a book that it's like a kind of a fictional type of book, and I had written it like it was a movie from like telling a story. And a friend of mine, she was an editor, and she was like, so something to think about, she goes, Maybe change the perspective from which you're telling the story." And this is kind of what I'm saying. It doesn't mean this is what yours is, but an example. She goes, "Tell it if you tell it from the a standpoint of the character going through it, people get more engaged in it, right?" And I like that. This is what they're saying is that there's this change that happens here. With that, there you get some great ideas, you get some new perspectives in this class, and you all have this input with each other and giving each other ideas and bouncing things off one another. And I feel like there's like two or three that you just form a nice little author type friendship with each other because you're feeling the same pains, right? And you're going through the same stuff, and you just start helping one another. And I like that because the Two of Cups is important partnerships that are unfolding here. And that's what I feel. I don't feel like it's romantic. This is just important friendships, important relationships that are gleaned from this, which bring the Six of Wands here, which is joy, celebration, success, victory. You're in the spotlight. So it's like you guys help each other with that here. So, and maybe it is June, with the Six of Wands, that you are, getting busy doing all your editing and you get super excited and you roll it out. But so the possibilities I really feel here are like maybe the earliest is June, but all of that, of course, has to do with your energies, like we are talking about. So I like that for you, Dune. So I'm excited for your adventure, and I know I had a couple of friends who were authors, and it definitely helps when you hear each other's pain and they're like, "Oh yeah, I went through this, and you don't, and this is what I do." And when I feel like I'm going to poke my eye out editing the chapter again, and and you just get a lot of great things that resonate that you take on. So I like it. And that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you, Dune. Again, thank you so much for your donation. And let me just make sure here. Okay. All righty. I know it's always fun. It's like birthing a child. It's the closest thing that you'll feel from birthing a child, right? You're just like, "Oh my gosh, how long is this gonna be here?" But anyway, so many blessings. All right, and then Courtney, thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that some love there. And you wanna know, does Marquita have bad intentions towards you? Let's see what's going on with Marquita and their, perceptions here and intentions. What's going on here? Okay. All right. You know, they're going through some stuff. So you have the Eight of Swords, which, this is them. Anyone we look at is reflecting back to us our own beliefs, right? Our own limiting beliefs that make us feel blinded and bound and trapped. And so you know, I don't feel like they have bad intentions towards you. They just got a lot of emotional things happening with this 5 of Cups, emotional transformation that they're going through. They've had some disappointments and some other energies that have really made them, brought them down and low. But the 8 of Swords here shows that they are moving through these thoughts and beliefs, but you're somehow mirroring some of the things that they don't appreciate about themselves yet. And it has nothing to do with you. That's we're all mirrors for one another. So if someone doesn't like us, it's because they're looking in a mirror and seeing something that they don't like in themselves and that they're fearful about, something they're judging themselves about. And so they're projecting it onto you. But that's okay. And it's what happens with all of us. And so if you're picking up something, from them, then you can look inside of you and go, how am I feeling this about myself? Where is this existing some way, somehow inside of me? Because they're being a mirror for you, just as you're being a mirror for them, right? So sorry. So you do have the Page of Pentacles, and this is an opportunity that's happening here to raise um, awareness of your worth in relationship to the outside world, and them raising their worth in relationship to the outside world. So there is this, um, purpose behind this mirroring that's happening, because it does help you raise your love vibration, stepping into your power as well, because you've got the King of Wands here who rolls over the wand suit, also air. So there's this balance between fire and air that comes in here, but it does have this energy of realizing what you believe, what do you want, and putting form around your own life. This is where the mirror is coming in, because you have the Knight of Cups, which is movement of emotion, it happening on purpose. It's bubbling up for you to look at it so you can release it, so you can move forward in your life here too. And you got the Six of Pentacles, this equal giving and receiving. So it's are you it's this mirroring again here too. It's like, well, which one am I? Well, it's actually both. One looks like it's giving and taking, and then you reverse it, and the other one looks like it's giving and taking. So there's this beautiful, both the Eight of Swords and the Six of Pentacles is to realize, what is it that I'm seeing in my interaction with them? We don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. And so our filters, our thoughts, our emotions, all that's happening within us. And so when we look at, the other individual that's happening here, it's like, okay, um, how are my thoughts being reflected back to me? An example is like, um, like they're calling me an idiot, and it's like, how am I calling myself an idiot? And it's like, oh, okay, and that shows us things, right? Because if someone comes up to me and says, um, I think you're an alien from another planet. And I'll be like, not this physical body, but chances are I've been an alien on another planet. I don't get offended by it. But if emotions come up inside of me, like someone comes up to me and says, I don't think you deserve love. If there's any of that inside of me, it bubbles up, and I'm like, oh, wow. So this is what I'm picking up, right? And they might not even have said that. It's just their actions are bringing that up. They don't think I'm lovable. And bad intentions towards you. I just feel like they are going through some hard emotions, and they're seeing a lot of reflection, and um, you have no control over what they're seeing when they look in the mirror. Because I heard recently, I forget where I heard it, but they were like, you can look in a ton of different mirrors, but if the reflection hasn't changed, we're going to see the same thing, right? And so they will see the same thing in everyone until they see what they have wanted to see about themselves. Same with us. We'll continue to encounter the same people until we see what we've wanted to see about ourselves. So hopefully that helps, Courtney, but it's not personal. It's not anything that they're out to get you. It's because of what they're going through. They're seeing it everywhere. And if you take a step back and watch them, you're going to see how they're interacting with everyone, and it's kind of the same, right? Right. So that's what they have for you. And again, thank you so much for your donation. Many blessings to you. So I'm just going to take a quick sip here. All right. And Mia, thank you for your additional donation. Here again. So your question is, after your words, will F think no one talked to him the same way before and see you in a totally different light romantically? All right, let's take a look here. All right. Wow. Okay. You're welcome, Courtney. All right. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. My goodness. Well, I definitely see here. Wow, I mean, their impression after your words, I mean, they're going to see you as this, mother nature, mother nurture, very nurturing individual, but you got Queen of Pentacles and Queen of Wands. So passion and light and brightness and focus and two very powerful energies and the high priestess too. So you've got three powerful divine feminine energies coming in here. A lot of deep emotion, but groundedness and passion too. So I feel like with all of these combined here, they definitely going to see you like, wow, you are very different from a lot of anyone else I've ever met because you got the two of wands, which is them, whatever they focus on, whatever their energy is in the moment, also has a lot to do with everything. It's we put out a certain amount of energy and we can make it harder or easier for people to choose fear or unconditional love and all that, but it really has to do with where they're focusing their energy. Um, because so they want you to be aware that we have this much influence on people. The rest of it has to do what's going on inside of them, right? But they do see you here. Four of Wands, joy, celebration, even gatherings. Hierophant is seeing things clearly and seeing things from a higher perspective too. So you really, there's this triggering here of having them look at things like the capital T truths of who do I truly want to be? What do I truly want in life? So they have this joy and they have this. And I feel like that's with especially this Queen of Wands and this Four of Wands I feel like you just spark some joy and passion and there's this energetic connection between the two of you, but, they do also love the nurturer that you have, and this just the Queen of Earth is a lot like the Empress, who just has this birthing, this, abundant feeling, but very grounded and very, like, safe. Safe is a good word too. And I like this combination. It's just intuitive, but passionate, but grounded, and it's almost like you have, they're like, split personalities, like, if you're Gemini or Aquarius, which is the multiple personality of the zodiac, it just feels like they're like, um I feel like I'm, talking to 3 different people, and it depends because 'cause you're so adaptive that you can take things to a whole new heightened level of passion and excitement and go go go, but you can also be very reserved and grounded. Oh, you're Libra. Okay, so the balancing the scales. And but at the same time too, you're very intuitive and all of this emotion that's in there too, and it just feels like you can go all over the place, but not in like a unpredictable or unstable way, you're able to consciously choose and fit in anywhere. I feel like this is part of your personality. Maybe like your do you have like equal um elements in your birth chart? It almost feels like do you have one planet in each of the 12 zodiac signs? It just feels like you're balanced in a lot of ways where you can interact and be into like you can be many things to many people and but it's not about being putting on masks. You can adapt and put a twist or a seasoning on you that fits in there. You know, like you don't know. But I just feel like this is the energy that's below the surface here, and they definitely are like, "Wow, I can take you anywhere," you know? You can go to, all that. Yeah, you can, it tells you more about yourself, as well, but I love it. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, I love it. I love it for you. Yeah, and that's what they have for you, Mia Mia. So enjoy. Enjoy, enjoy, and thank you again for your donation. Alright, Brenda, Tejada, thank you so much for your sticker. I love a little and, you went on a general in love and dating for today. Alright. Let's take a look here. What does spirit want you to know about dating for today? Okay. I want that one, and then the bottom of the deck too. Okay. So let's take a look here and see what we've got going on here. Alright. So you've got here the High Priestess and the Eight of Cups. And to start off here, I mean, this is High Priestess is all about, connecting to your intuition, your emotions, understanding the hidden things, anything behind, below the surface. And the Eight of Cups is leaving behind any emotions that haven't served you and moving forward here too. And I like this. They trust your gut, trust your instinct regarding love and dating for today. And if you're like, you know what? No, um, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't bring me any, or this, if your spidey sense is going off, just trust it today because you're asking about today. So definitely trust that, with this impression that you're getting, just go and be okay with leaving it behind if it doesn't do it. And I feel like there's this important freedom to be able to enjoy that because you also have the Page of Swords coming in here, which is this, great looking at things from a different perspective, gaining a lot of clarity that comes in communication because below the surface, we have the Seven of Swords, which is the underlying energy on the bottom of the deck. And the Ace of Swords helps you identify what of your own thoughts and beliefs might have deceived you and cheated you out of things in the past, but also it makes you aware of any deceit and anything that might be going on around you. And so I like it. You're not going to be. I feel like they're saying don't be afraid to ask questions, ask for clarity, trust your gut, trust your instinct, because I just feel like they're not going to be able to pull anything over your eyes, and I feel like it's important for you to know, just to know that your intuition's right on the button right now regarding whatever this love and dating is that you're wanting to know about here. Trust yourself, Queen of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. So, there is this take care of you. Don't worry about, anyone else. This is for you. So you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Have a second date if you don't want to do anything you don't want to do where they're like, well, I want to go do this. And you're like, if you don't want to go do it, don't be afraid to go, well, I'm just not really in the mood for that. Is there something else you would also rather do? Stand up for yourself and allow yourself to do this because the 10 of Wands is there's a lot of energy that's being invested in trying to, live up to everyone else's and putting so much energy out there. But it's like the 10 of Wands is bringing all your energy from doing so much into one thing and bringing back all this energy of trying to please, trying to do, blah, 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 blah. Because if you have 10 things that you're investing energy and they all go up one space, But if you zero it down into one thing, it can go up 10 spaces, or two things, that'll go up 5 spaces. And so this is like spirit saying, you know, getting out of your head, getting out of your heart, getting into your instincts and your intuition, and getting into focusing on you instead of everyone else. And this allows you to find this energy that's here. um so I like this for you because it's like they're having you draw in all your resources for you, rather than trying to do so much for so many other people, because it's like it's going into this black hole. And they're saying, yeah, you don't want to continue to do what you've always done before and get what you've always gotten. And which is exhaustion and resentment, right? Because that's what happens. Overgivers unite in this chat, right? We all can probably resonate with that, where we are give, 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 and then if there's anything left over, we get it, but then we're exhausted, and people are unappreciative of the sacrifices that we make. um and because we end up giving bitter sour water, and they're like, well, thanks for that. But when we focus on ourself and we fill up with that love from inside, and we fill up and overflow, everyone gets the overflow. That overflow was like the nectar of the gods in comparison to the bitter, sour, resentful waters that they get if we feel we're obligated to give to everyone else. Instead, we bring all that back, we fill up, and it overflows. Yeah. And so, yeah, you don't want to give and run empty, because the greatest gift each of us can give the world is a healthy, full, overflowing us. And if we're at 100% and they get the 101, that 1% that overflows is so much tastier and healthier for everyone than the 99% we give and we're barely hanging on, right? So I like this for you. It's like it's all about you. You have permission. So that's what's coming in, Brenda. That's what is love and dating for today, is date yourself, right? If I loved when I first heard that from spirit. They're like, go date yourself, take yourself on a date, no one can give to you better than you can give to yourself. As far as humans, creator knows us even better than we know ourselves, but we know ourselves so well. I'm gonna take myself out, and I'm gonna take myself to the restaurant I like and get the food that I want. Then I'm gonna go to a movie I like, and then I'm gonna do and it was like, wow, I like this. It's like, um, I found the greatest, I found the one, and we're happy together. It's me and me, and then you can enjoy other people for who they are instead of them falling short all the time. So when we bring that back to us, then we feel full. And I like that. So that's what's coming in, Brenda. So enjoy your self date night if you take yourself on one. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. So, Supernova, hey, thank you for your donation. Good to see you. And shout out to one of my YouTube members. And then also, yeah, I didn't shout out to Johanna is also, I think if I didn't, my apologies, but a shout out to my YouTube channel members. You'll see their names in green with their little badge. Hey. All right. And your first question is, you're curious, what is your personality like? How do you interact with the world in general? All right. Let's take a look here and see. In general, how do you interact with the world? All right. So they have those. And of course, that how other people interpret it is totally, we know they're always changing, right? Depending on who someone is and what they're going through, right? Okay. What? No Empress? What's happening? I'm just kidding. You pretty much got the Empress anyway. So, of course, you're going to get Leo, sun energy with being a bright light, shining light on people's lives, whether they like where it shines or not. It also shines the cobwebs it shows different things like that. And the Queen of Pentacles, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. It's a lot like the Empress, energy. The Empress rules over all the queens, but the Queen of Pentacles has like a special connection because she's very earthy, very grounded in the earth, but very nurturing. It's like mother in a way. So, there is that energy that comes in here. It's very warm. The combination of the two, just comes across that way of someone who is caring but who will shine the light. You must be kind or something. Your energy is anyway. It definitely comes across that way. And then you have both the Two of Wands and the Judgment card, which adds up to a two. So you come across here, this Judgment, of course, is the calling, and a big piece of how you interact with the world is through your calling, is through you being you and where you're focusing your energy in each moment, right? And that's what the Two of Wands wants to tell us. It depends on if you're focusing on lower vibrational energy or higher vibrational energy, then that also, has that comes in, with an individual, because you can't choose how someone feels or reacts to who you are. We can make it harder or easier though. So when we're focusing on lower vibrational energy, we make it easier for people around us to get triggered into lower vibrational energy. Same thing when we choose the higher, then it's easier for people. If we're more loving and having this unconditional love flow out of us, then they're also more likely, or it's easier for them to choose that as well. Of course, the calling is all about a big piece of how you are designed to interact with the world is through your calling for music, right? And so I feel like even you putting on music around you, that even if it's not yours, it influences other people too. And so even if you're like, oh my God, listen to this song, or I made this, back in the olden days, we used to do, look, I made this mixtape for you. It was actually a cassette tape that you recorded songs on it. I put all these songs together for you, type of thing. But I feel like that's a big piece of it, is the calling through vibration, which comes through music, for you too. Um, you interact with others here. It's like kind of split here. I'm like, hey, because you've got you either they either are a part of your family, and it doesn't need to be blood, but you're either part of my family or bye. I don't feel like there's a middle ground with you. They're either in or they're out, um, for you in your life, and that's the way I feel like a lot of people, um, you know, feel there. You don't have like many circles. You have an inner circle, and then you have everything else is in the outer circle, uh, with those cards coming in. And I feel like that's the way they feel. I'm either like right beside you or I'm seeing you from a distance. It's like they're showing me like a concert. You're either right there by stage and then there's this big gap, or people are in the nosebleed section. There's like not a whole lot, you know, of seats in between. And that's something that you've been adding and changing, because I feel like you felt you needed a big protective wall around yourself for a while, but, I feel like you're allowing more and more seats to be added closer and closer to stage, if we call it that. Yeah, and yeah, and I see here, because this is like you've been facing the 9 of swords. You've been looking at your fears, and with this page of swords here, you've been looking at things from a different perspective, and light bulbs have been going off, and this ace of swords that you're tight roping walking across, um, has allowed you to remove those fears, and that's what's been changing and changing and changing. And so how you've been interacting with the world has been changing too, because you're feeling more safe, right? It's like, and they love using musical artist examples with you because you get it. But it's like if someone had stalkers and someone had, people that had, you know, threatened, a musical artist or something like that. They have a lot of security and they no meet and greets and they canceled all this stuff. But as they become more less fearful and more confident and trusting, of the universe and everything, then they allow more interaction. And I feel like that's what's been going on is you're allowing more interaction, with other individuals. So I like that. All right. So I like that for you. Hopefully that helps bring some clarity there. So thank you for that donation. And let's give that second donation some love here. And so you'd like wise words or advice from Kurt Spirit, whatever they say, you don't care. Yeah, you're grateful as always. Yeah. Cobain, right? Let's take a look here. Do you want tarot, and an oracle? Let's take a look here. So they want these, but they want to give you this blue angel deck. I think they like this blue angel oracle. So let's take a look. All right. So where are we starting here? All right, beautiful. You've got Maitreya. Beautiful card here. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit if it'll let me, just so you can see the beautiful artwork there. And card number 26. Wisdom of the ages. How funny. You wanted wise words? Well, here's wisdom of the ages. So, you have been on this earth many times, and you shall return many more to come. And from each lifetime, you keep the most precious experiences, the ones that have made you the beautiful soul you are. You've witnessed humanity's unfolding and experienced all there is. Your mother in this life may have been your daughter in another. You may one day be your child's child. You have experienced poverty and wealth, happiness and sadness, sickness and health, and through it all, you have, in essence, stayed the same. Life is an endless cycle, and you are your soul's endless enfoldment. Millions of Earth years have passed, and many more millions will come. What will the future be like? What shall it bring? Perhaps we will all see things differently. Perhaps we can start now. Is not everyone and everything worth loving? Are we not all, in essence, of the same family? Yeah, right. And it says here, there's a saying here from Amma, which is Sri Mata Amritananda Maya Devi. I totally murdered that, I'm sure. But it says, the divine is present in everyone, in all beings, in everything. Like space, it is everywhere, all pervading, all powerful, all knowing. The divine is the principle of life, the inner light of consciousness, and pure bliss. It is our very own self. Yeah. And that is a powerful message because, when we realize that everyone and everything is of the same spirit, and we've been here millions of times and millions of years and millions more and everything else, it stops being so urgent and so immediate, and we calm down. We're not so anxious because we're like, there's nothing new under the sun. I probably experienced something like this before with a twist, and it's like, and then you understand everyone else is here on their own adventure, and you're like, wow, you're playing this part in this life, but I could have been that. I could be this exact situation, but reversed in another lifetime or a future lifetime. So we start to judge less too, right? Let's see what these cards are here. Yeah, so we got the Ace of Cups, which we're all made of the same. We're all made of unconditional love. And we all are here learning. The Eight of Pentacles, we're all going through these phases, the cycles of learning and growing and um, moving from apprentice to master. And the Ten of Wands shows us that everything is always an ending and a beginning. Maybe this is one lifetime to another lifetime to another lifetime to another lifetime to another lifetime. Gathering and keeping all of our beautiful things along the way, learning and gleaning all the knowledge that we have. So, you know, remembering who we really are is such an important part of this journey, but also forgetting who we are in the beginning is such a beautiful, big part of our journey as well. So, I like that. They're putting down some wisdom. All right. So that's what they have for you right now. Their piece of advice is um, go with the flow. Knowing that I'm perfect as I am, but that's I love. Spirit told me once. We are all perfect mountains, and we all come down here, different forms at different times and different locations to wander around the mountain to see it from different perspectives. A hot air balloon above to see the upper view, being down on the valley looking up at the mountain to see the majesty of it, being in the summit on top of and seeing what view you see from there. And it's just a beautiful, um, awareness that we are perfect and we're remembering who we are, and we wanted to come in without any preconceived ideas so we could explore and see things from a new perspective each time we come down here. So I love that. All right, that's what they have for you, Supernova. Thank you again so much for your additional donation. Appreciate that. All right, so we are at the top of the hour. And so I'll be on for about another hour. And so we'll start with the free readings. I don't think I have any other donations. Nope. So we will scroll to the top and we'll get through as many free readings as we can. And if anyone wants to prioritize their reading, a donation of any kind will bring you up next as well. All right. So, Daijona, you are up next. You're the first free reading and whatever comes out. And donations, of course, I dive deeper, as you just noticed. Normally, I pull 1 to 2 cards for the free reading. So, all right. So, what comes out? And 2 cards came flying out. All right. Look at you. So, you are at this change of here. The Chariot card is movement and victory, but it's also the power of choice. And the 10 of Wands is the energy. And so, power of choice, Chariots is we get to choose what story, what emotions, what energy, and what physical actions we put forward. We have a lot of supposed tos that we talk about that we've been told. But when we get this combination, the 10 of Wands is this you choosing what you're investing your energy into. You're coming to this ending and beginning of realizing where am I investing all of my energy and why am I so tired? It's like because you're trying to do too many things. And an important piece of our journey is getting things when we do something and accomplish something, it burns, it like sparks this burning within us to move forward and to do more. But when we're doing 10 things and they all move ahead one space, we're like, oh God, this is taking forever. And we kind of lose our oomph because we're so tired trying to do too much. And so as we withdraw the energy we're putting in all these different directions, maybe we have 2 things left that go 5 spaces each. We're like, yeah. And we got rid of 8 things that were like, all right, I don't need to invest energy in these things anymore. And so, Spirit is just saying, be aware of where you're investing your energy and why, and can declutter a whole lot right now to super focus and get your passion back in just a couple areas in your life instead of trying to do too much. And it's for you to do that. And it's like, We wanna experience what exhaustion feels like, but when we're ready, we can be like, "Okay, I'm gonna refocus things." So, that's what's coming in there for you. So, thank you again, for your question there, Dijona. Alright, and then I do have an additional donation. Let me scroll down here. Supernova, thank you for your additional donation. Alright, and you want insight to do just insight on your calling with music. Okay, good. So let's take a look here. Let's see what they want you to know here. I feel like we want to do another wisdom deck here, but this is Wisdom of the Elders Oracle. A bit more insight into music. All right. What do we have here? The Power Totem Protection. I like this. Seen this card come up a few times here, and I love the energy of this because with it being card 12, it talks about becoming and becoming familiar with your power totem animal. So the power totem animal, it has the same attributes as your spirit totem animal, but its role is focused primarily on energetic protection. It shelters us from injustice against the wrongdoings we may experience and shields our energy field so that the darkness we sometimes face in life does not overwhelm us. They are always there to help serve and protect, acting as a reminder that someone always has our back during times of struggle and hardship by moving energy around us to help keep us safe. And their energetic strength walks alongside us as we make our journey through this life, defending us at every step. Before we enter this life, our spirit totem animal and our power totem animal are already connected to us, even without our awareness of them. They have a spiritual connection to us all. So once you're aware of their existence, include their unique spiritual medicine in your life. So if you're not aware of who your this power totem animal spirit is in your life, and it talks about here, you can ask them to show themselves to you, and you'll see them, and you'll have this familiarity with an animal, or a species of animal. And they have a medicine which, if you search like um I don't know why porcupine's coming up, but if it's like porcupine energy, I feel like a porcupine. I see everywhere I get porcupines. Then I go search power totem porcupine, and you can see what medicine they bring, and what resonates for you for your life and what the protection they bring you, right? Because it says each species of the animal nation carries specific characteristics and traits that bring balance and wisdom into the world. They are here to help you in your journey. So speak to them from your heart and request to know them. They will give you signs to let you know who they are, which will allow you to deepen your existing connection to them. And if you've drawn this card today, it might be a nudge from your power totem animal that they're attempting to create a closer connection to you. It's time to trust in the wisdom that they impart to you and in the protection they will provide. If you're unsure what power totem animal walks with you, ask for it to be revealed to you. Call upon its spiritual medicine for a circumstance you may be facing in your life. Porcupines, they can be cute unless you're on the other side of their quill. But I like this. So, when you're asking for insight on your calling with music, they want you to connect with this spirit animal, this power one, because part of being free to express is feeling protected, and it's fun. I like this energy of getting to know all these different spirits, because you've got spirit animals and like guardian angels and spirit guides and ancestors, and I just feel like the discovery and the search for it, and then once you find it, I feel like you write a song to them or about them, and I like that. I like this feeling the safety and the security of this. You have your your totem animals. You've ever seen like a totem pole that has multiple power animals that are there that help you through your life, bringing medicine. Like you probably have some sort of songbird as one of yours to help sing and express, you know, um, peacock to show the beauty of things. You'll find these animals that stand out to you where you have a special bond with them and discovering who they are. But I like these. It's like these fun songs of discovering who your power and totem animals are and what medicine they bring into your lives. So a lot of different felines. So you can take a look and see, is it a black panther, is it a tiger, is it a lion, um cheetah, leopard. What are they? It's like, which ones are we drawn to? Or it's a house cat. It's like, hey. But it's looking into that is such a huge piece here. And that's the insight on your calling with music, is like they want you to um know you're protected and connect with your spiritual team, and so that one, they're a source of creativity for you, but they're protection, they're inspiration, they're a lot of things for you. And so a big piece of your insight on your calling with music is to connect to them, because that just brings a place of safety and home, and a lot of guidance too. So I like it. And that's what they have for you with that one, Supernova. So thank you so much for that additional donation. And now I can't wait for you to find out who that is. Yeah, absolutely. All right. You are very welcome. And thank you again for your additional donation. Appreciate you. Right. And then we left off for free readings with Kritika Sayani. Hello, hello. So, what is coming in your life with Amit? All right. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about what's coming into your life with Amit? All right. Yeah, and I feel like you're changing direction here, Kritika. You got the Six of Swords, which is leaving behind old ways of thinking and moving into new ways of thinking, moving from choppy waters in your life to calmer waters in your life. And there might even be travel over water for one of you here, because I feel like there's a change of direction coming up here with the Three of Wands. We got the Magician, which is initiating here. And I feel like you're the one that's going to be making this change. So, with your changing of the way you're perceiving things and the way that I feel like new information arrives here, that you decide that you're the one that initiates it. With the Magician, they're the divine masculine energy of, I'm stepping forward, doing something. But the Three of Wands is a changing and altering course from where you had originally thought you were going to, um, head with Amit. Um, Maybe you are choosing to move somewhere. Maybe you're choosing a different direction, altogether. But the Six of Swords is, it can roll out into the world of being, um, a change of location, a change of job, a change of education, whatever it may be. It starts with thoughts and it results in a change in the outside world. So I feel like there's a change, like, but again, it's you initiating the change and you're going a different direction with this. So interesting. But that's what they have for you right now, Kritika. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Grace 1111. You wanted a love reading. Let's see. What does Spirit wants you to know regarding love right now? All right. So some decision making to come in here. Grace, you got the Emperor, who is Aries energy, and they are always surrounded by people with opinion telling them who they should be, supposed to be, need to be, have to be, what a relationship is supposed to be. And here's the Ten of Pentacles with the common, like, okay, this is what a full life means. You have a partner and children and the dog and legacy, and here's the family tree, and we got all of the finances, and usually there's a palace, and it's like all this stuff. But the Emperor card coming in here is a time of change, a time of decision, a time of putting form around what you think love is, not what you think it should be, supposed to be, need to be, but what do I want love to be? What I want it to look like? What don't I want it to look like? And what is all this restriction? Because sometimes we can have so much restriction that we're narrowing and going, all right, universe, it has to be this type of person, this type of way, blah, blah, blah. Back ordered for 1,000 years, as spirit sometimes says. And it's like when we release a lot of the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts around life, we open up to go, creator, I want love. I want to have love with a human, but I trust that you're going to bring in the perfect person, the perfect way, in the perfect timing. Well, I know that last one's the hard one to trust, right? But um, we can trust that, and I feel like this is what the emperor is doing. Is you're going, yeah, thank you guys for all your opinions and everything else, but I'm going to kind of just try to keep it simpler, focus on my self-love, raise my self-love. I'm gonna draw in the love that's perfect, and I'm gonna trust spirit is gonna do it. And so the love reading starts with love of self, inward and upward, and trusting to come here. But I feel like you're in this process of really determining, what do I want in love and why? And going, well, this is what everyone thinks it's supposed to be. That's not a reason. That's just an excuse. It's like, nope, I'm throwing these things out. I'm like, that's nice that everyone wants it, but I could care less whether that's there or not. And if we care about something, why do I care about something? I feel like there's this time of sorting out what you're truly wanting, and then you're putting form around it and then action around it, for love. So it's an important time of your life there. And that's what they have for you, Grace. So many blessings to you. All right, Anita Abdul, thank you for your donation. Let me give that some love here. Thank you so much. Happy New Year to you. So, you want to know Wagner's current feelings and emotions. What are his intentions and what is the future of your friendship? All right, let's take a look here and see what does Spirit wants you to know here. Okay, with those. Okay. Well, we do have on the bottom of the deck the overall energy here. Wow, we got some powerful cards here. But you've got the Lover's card, which is important to friendship, if not more. Definitely here, it's flowing under here. Such an important relationship, and you've got two more major arcana underneath that, under the bottom of the deck. So we've got the Sun card, the Magician card, a lot of movement and magic that happens with your friendship here. Let's dig into here to see what they're wanting uh, you to know about here. All right. Okay, well, I do see here you've got the Ace of Wands. So there is this passion, this draw between the two of you here. And this is, first of all, a um, physical and energetic attraction that's there. Um, and the thing that's holding them back with acting upon that is this Eight of Swords, which swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our fears. This is this they're looking in the mirror, realizing what of their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets make them feel blinded and bound and trapped. And the fear of course, usually when we have close friendships and we have attraction, and we're like, well, I don't want to screw it up by you know taking it beyond and deeper, because especially when they already, with that Lover's card, feel like you're an important person in their life. You don't want to lose a close friend because, oh, I took it to that place and it didn't work out. It's difficult to go back to, you can never really truly go back to what you had before. There's always that there. I do feel here, we've got both the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So there is, these intentions. This is all movement here of emotion with the Knight of Cups. Come on. Knight of Cups and Knight of Wands is movement of passion too. So I do feel like they're wanting to do this. They're wanting to step forward here. And this is what they're contemplating because here's this here's the fear. Do I sacrifice? Do I take the chance of the ending and rebirth of our friendship into something more, into this new type of love? Or, they're afraid that it'll be just the death of your friendship, right? Um, and it's nice, that sounds that doesn't sound very sincere, does it? It sounds nice that they are caring about your friendship, but they really do. I really do mean that they're like, "Wow, your friendship means a lot to me, and but if I take it further, it'll leave a big empty spot in my life if things don't work out." I always like the way of, you know, a relationship instead of, the traditional way. I always thought my dream would be best friends sleeping over, where you find a best friend and then it goes further, but it doesn't change, it just enhances, and you have this best friend for life, kind of thing. And I feel like that's what they're contemplating. They're trying to figure things out here. Let me see if he wants to go on vacation with you here. Let's take a look here. You know, we got the Tower card and the Ten of Swords, which is like there's, this the Tower card is a sudden change, and this is their trying to face their fears here. I feel like they would like to, but there's like too much that's happening here that you know, there's so much in their brain. If they could, and they're toward the end here. I mean, that Eight of Swords is they're thinking through things, but if they can put an end to these, look at what a beautiful, vacation um, picture that looks like, instead of the birds attacking like in that movie, The Birds. So I feel like that tower is, they just have to understand that anything that happens is for them. They just have to get past the fears in order to take action. Um, you know, will you remain friends in the future? Yeah, you have the Six of Swords, which is movement from choppy waters to calmer waters, old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. So there is movement here, but it all comes down to this movement of thought. Yeah, even on the bottom of the deck, they got this inner conflict going on that needs to transform first. But it's the fears, the fears of failing, the fears of messing things up, um, and they just care a lot about you. They don't want to hurt you, and and they just feel a lot of out of control energy that's coming in here. They just feel like, um, I feel like, and this is, if this resonates in their past relationships, they kind of were surprised a lot what how people reacted to their actions and stuff, where they were like, "What? Well, that doesn't make sense." It's like how people, um, responded to whatever was going on. They were like, "Psh," and they were like, "Why did they ghost me? I don't understand." Or, "Why did that person do that? I don't understand." And they it seems like they didn't do anything too extreme. Just people got triggered in their own ways, and they were just like, so they're very hesitant, going, "I don't know." It's like walking through a minefield. I don't know what happens next, and they're trying to figure that out. Um, will you work together in the future? Let me just pull another quick card here for you. I feel like that's still to be seen here. We got the King of Wands, which is like the Emperor, which is about the power lies in the hands here. There's still a lot of choice to be made yet. And so it's possible, but there's this so many decisions need to be made yet. So it's kind of uncertain. Um, it's possible, it's one of the possibilities, but there's so many possibilities right now. So it's one of the possibilities, but they're saying there's not at this point in time with the energies, it's undecided, which is fun in this lifetime. It's not all fated. There's a lot left up to our personal power of choice. So, all right, and that's what they have for you, Nita. Thank you again for your donation. Appreciate that. Enjoy your adventure. All right, and then Lynx Lee, you are up next for the next free reading. And you want to know Leo's thoughts and next actions towards you. Let's take a look here. Nope, none of those. All right, thoughts and next actions. Well, thoughts, they've got, oh my gosh, Five of Swords. They are conflicted in their head. So it's their heart and their head are battling here. And their next actions, you got the Queen of Cups, which is she's like the master of emotion, deep, deep emotion, deep, deep, connection to spirit. And there's just a lot of emotional, deep stuff that has to happen here. And with a combination of both of these coming in here, it just doesn't feel like they are um, allowing their heart to be expressed. This Queen of Cups is their emotions are so, so deep, and they're like kept in a cage deep under the ocean where you can't come to the surface. And this headache they have here, it almost looks like they have a headache. It's their heart screaming, going, I need to be expressed. And they're like, nope, nope, nope. Fears are what hold them back from allowing it. And so they're really stuck in their head, Lynx Lee, with what they want and their fears are still outweighing the the ugly feeling of not being able to express emotions that are deep within them. But I feel like that's been kind of their, yeah, even the Leo energy in the bottom with the deep subconscious, everything stuffed below the surface. This um, being taught not to express emotion um, by example growing up and by punishment growing up and by experiences when they did express their heart, someone stabbed it and gave it back to them. And so they're very, very, very protective of their heart and their emotions. Vulnerability is not in their vocabulary. It feels like it's just stuffed really, really down below. And when you're in the Leo lower vibrational energies, then the lower expression, yeah, it basically here's their fear of heartache and pain can flying out of the deck. But when we're not lower vibrational energies, it's all about see me, but don't see my heart. It's like I need to be seen, but I don't want you to see inside of me. You just see my surface and love me for my surface. And then maybe eventually I'll let, emotion out. But it just feels like they're so protected of their emotions right now that their thoughts are, you know, um, like I said, at odds with their emotions, but they can't express their emotions because then they're found out, right? Then you want more of those emotions. So that's what's going to back and forth between their thoughts is, there's feelings down there, but they can't express them out of fear. And it's not close to being, because when the ugly feeling of not expressing ourselves outweighs our fears, that's when they get expressed. But until they do, they're kept suppressed, right? And I feel like it's not even like close to being like, boom, oh, there it goes, expression. It's like they're way deep, pushed way, way deep. So I know, Linksley. What are you gonna do with your Leo, right? Nothing you can do with them. They just have to, express that. So, that's what's coming in there. No, Kimberly, you're still probably about 10 people or so below. So I'm gonna be on for about a little under 30 more minutes. We'll see if we get that far. All right, Goldie, you are up next. You want to know whatever comes out. So let's see. What does Spirit want you to know right now? That one and this one. So you've got this temperance here, this unfolding and this movement forward, which I like because it's alchemy. It is magical. It is transformation. It is progress, but it's worth the wait that's unfolding. And you have the Eight of Cups too, which they're walking away to the Nine of Cups, which is emotional wish fulfillment. But part of the magic I feel that's going on here is this little bowl here is like a kind of like a ritual in a way where you're leaving behind emotions and people that no longer serve you to make space for this magic, right? To make space for this gold that will end up happening with the temperance card. It starts off base metal in one, and as it goes back and forth, as it flows back and forth, that's when the magic is transforming it from a base metal to gold. And that's what's happening here is like you're learning a lot about your emotions and what you're allowing in, and you're clearing away a lot of things like emotions that don't serve you, but relationships too. When we talk about this, when this Eight of Cups comes up, is realizing what of your relationships are you been overgiving to consistently. Relationships are usually give and receive, right? Where sometimes I can give 90%, sometimes I can only give 10, and you have to give 90. It's, 90-10, or 90-10, and we're working out, we're getting to where sometimes it's 50-50, blah blah blah. And so there's all this, fluctuation, and that's normal because sometimes our best is not very much that we can give in a day, and other times it's wow, right? But if we're consistently giving 90%, like, all the time, and someone if it's an adult, of course, if it's a child, that's the deal, but if it's, with an adult, 90-10 shows us that we are way over out of balance in the relationship and bringing it back to 50%, allowing them to give that other, and if they don't, then it drifts away, and if it drifts away, it drifts away, and you realize, "Okay, I get all that energy back to myself," and it creates this space for emotion. It creates the space for relationships where we wouldn't have had it before, because we're wasting, not wasting, we're investing so much energy into so many things that are going to black holes. I don't have enough energy to give, to a healthy relationship. And so this is that change of getting emotional energy back from relationships I'm investing in that aren't a smart investment anymore. I got what I need from the experience, and now I can withdraw to 50% or all the way back to just letting it drift away. Um, and then old emotions that no longer serve you too. So there is this clearing out of emotions for you, Goldie, and I like that for you. So that is what's coming in for you. So many blessings to you. And then Soul Searching Vibe, you are up next. So let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know here. Who is coming toward you? All right. So you've got the Seven of Cups. So there is like this emotional confusion and this sorting out of things here. You have the Star card, which is like dreams come true, wishing upon a star energy here. And I feel like that you've got all these individuals, that's what all these Seven of Cups are, is a bunch of different types of personalities and people, and you're trying to determine, is this the one I want? And I feel like what's happening here is you are gaining clarity on what it is you truly want, like your capital T truth of who do you want to be in this life? What do you want to achieve? Which then determines who you want to be with. And I feel like you're figuring this out. And when you want to know who's coming towards you, it's like you're drawing in a variety of different people with a variety of different energies. But it's because I feel like you're might be a little um uncertain of what you truly want. You have a lot of the Seven of Swords, which is on the bottom of the deck, which is a lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts that other people have given you in your life, and you're trying to determine what is it that I truly want. I've been told a lot of stuff, and some even contradictory, which is why there's all this different energy and these different people you're drawing in, and you're like, Okay, what I want though? It's like ordering a bunch of stuff off of a menu because people told you to do it. Now you're like, "But do I really want all this stuff? What do I truly want? What's my appetite?" And I feel like you're discovering what you truly want because you've been told so much all your life on who you're supposed to be with, and you're like, "Yeah, but I tried that and it was like, ugh, I'm not really I really don't like liver and onions." It's like, I want nachos, or whatever. I must be getting hungry, but I like this clarity that's coming in because once you find the clarity, then your vibration is rising that will draw in this individual that you truly want, your high heart wants, not what you've been told that you want. So that's what's coming in there for your soul searching vibe. Hopefully that resonates for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And we've got smooth life. You want to know how your partner will be. All right. Let's take a look here. See what they want you to know. All right. Yeah, you definitely, it's going to be something, someone who is out of the ordinary for you. Ace of Pentacles is someone brand new, someone that feels like a whole new, different type of opportunity in your life. And the Six of Swords here is leaving behind the old ways of thinking here, moving into new ways of thinking. Could also be someone from across the ocean, across water, and this is this new opportunity that is opening up, and that's why I feel like they're so different because they're not from around here, as they say in the old west movies. You ain't from around these parts, are you? And that's what's coming in here. It's someone that's just different and in beautiful ways that are very intriguing, and very so much you. I almost feel like that you've always been kind of different than the people around in your city, and the people that around in your circles that you run in, and all of that, and I feel like it's like you meet each other and you're like, oh my gosh, finally someone that you vibrate on the same level. You're just like, your weirdness attracts each other because you're both very different and you like different. You don't like bleh. And so I like that for you. So that's what's coming in here for you, smooth life, and I like it. So it might be like a someone who's foreign, or definitely different than the norm around where you're at. So that's what's coming in for you, and so many blessings to you. And then angel blessings. You want to know your next glow up. All right, let's take a look here and see what does spirit want you to know about the next glow up. All right. Well, you've got some great peace of mind coming in here. I like this. This is the Two of Swords, is your with decision making and things coming in, you're really finding peace and closing your mind, like closing your eyes and closing your mind and opening your heart. And I like it. It's like you're at peace here, letting your heart be attached to the decisions that are being made, and getting, like I said, getting out of the head, allowing your heart to have a seat at the table and decisions that are coming up. So it's not just all logical and yawn, boring, yeah, I'm checking off all the boxes. It's like your heart is going, yeah, 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 I want to do this. And your mind goes, hey, that can work. We can do it this way. And it's this beautiful joining together of heart and mind instead of this battling going, oh, no, you can't do that. So I feel like there's this freedom from a lot of fears that are been bubbling up for a while, and it's allowing you to make choices of doing stuff that you've always wanted to do, not holding you back because you're afraid, or that's, well, this is what I should do. Instead you're like, but this is what I want to do. And I like this. There's this kind of like this spark, this fire, this rebelliousness that's coming in, where maybe it's the Aquarius energy coming in early, a rebel. I just don't want to do things the way I've always done them before. I'm ready for new and exciting decisions, and that's what I feel is your glow up, is this oomph that gives you this nudge forward to do things. So that's what they have for you, angel blessings. I like it. And then Anusri, you are up next. You want to know messages from your future self. Let's see, what does your future self want you to know right now? Okay. Yeah. All right. So you do have this excitement that's coming in here. You've got the Queen of Wands and the Page of Wands. So, both of them new excitement of energy, of fire, of ambition, of passion, of getting excited about stepping forward and not let anything stop you. And there's this beautiful energy. You've got this Three of Cups, which is joy and celebration. I mean, all of this feels very joyful and celebratory here. But this is your also your spiritual posse saying, we're around you, we're guiding you. The Queen of Wands has a very strong connection to the spirit world. And so, with this new energy that's coming in, they're wanting to guide you. They're wanting you to um, kind of heighten and acknowledge your connection with the spirit realm and listen to them. Is what your future self is saying. Like they've got so much wisdom, will keep you out of so much delay. They're like, there's a fast way. If you listen to their GPS, they'll get you there. Trust their GPS. They're like, I know it sounds weird, the route they want to take you, but trust it. It is an amazing journey. And so I feel like they're telling you, continue to develop in your connection with the spirit world. But the more joy and laughter you have in your life, the higher your vibration goes and the clarity you have in the communication with spirit, and you can just listen to their beautiful guidance that they have here. Yeah, moon card too, which is all about connecting to that higher moon energy and connecting to the spirit realm. They'll guide you and reveal unknown things to you that will help you go, "Oh, now I know why you're taking me that way, because that's gonna happen over there." And no one knew there's gonna be the delay, but if I go this way, even though it doesn't seem like that would be faster, no one knows about this delay yet, and when that happens, this will be faster. And I'll already be way down the road as everyone diverts to go down this way. You'll be way ahead of the game in a way, if that makes sense. So that's what they have for you in Nusri. So many blessings to you. I like that for you. And up next, we got Pinky. So, Pinky, you are up next. So, general reading for you. Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. Well, look at this little combo coming in here. So, there's this message here of these counterparts here, and though they don't look like they have a lot in common, they have enough in common. So when you see someone really laid back, like an earth sign that's very, long hair and all this, and then you see the Queen of Swords, who's very intellectual and has it all together, maybe even prim and proper and stuff, and they're like, how can they be together? Well, below the surface, all the kings have a second portion of air, which she rules over air. So this knowledge, this intellectual connection is very deep. Great conversations with someone. And so they're saying here, don't count out someone just to how they look, because below the surface, you have this deep connection that can happen. Now, she has cups underneath her, so she has emotion, so there's water and earth energies, which can create things together. But the commonality that you can have with this individual is intellectual and communication and um, the desire to learn and to grow and you can have discussions for hours around things and it's great conversations. It's very mentally stimulating, but you can miss out on that if you judge them by their, well, they probably don't know a whole lot, but then you find out, wow, you are smarter than you look. So I like that kind of awareness that they're wanting to bring to you here. So that's what they have for you, Pinky. So many blessings to you. All right. Whoops, mouse gone wild. All right. Simmer down. Simmer down. All right, there it goes. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list here. So, Cutie, you are up next. Anyone, do you have a future with the person on your mind? All right, let's take a look here. See if you do. We've got this Eight of Pentacles and the King of Swords. This is very much about education and communication here. Eight of Pentacles is like, studying, and the King of Swords is the master of education. And I don't know, I just feel like there's something to do with school. There's something to do with higher intellect and communication. I don't feel like you have a future with the person on your mind. What I get from this is like you're learning something new, you're going somewhere else, or you're going to a different level and they aren't going with you. It's like you're going to this higher place in this thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, and there's this it's like you're becoming a butterfly and they're a caterpillar, and they're like, "Do you have a future?" Well, the future would be you're waving at them from up above going, "Hi," and they're down there being a caterpillar. So, I don't feel like there's a very close future together with this person. I feel like you're moving up to a different level, and they're caterpillar, you're butterfly, and you're going to find other butterflies that are, able to go places that and want the same things that you do. Caterpillars want to eat leaves, butterflies want to go find nectar, right? And so I feel like that's the difference there. So I don't feel like um, that you guys have a future together with that. So that is what they have there. So many blessings to you. And then Patty, you are up next. So, hi. And you want to know what is coming up for you next week on the job front? All right, let's take a look here. And what is coming up next week? Whoops, the job front. All right. So, what do we got going on here? All right. Well, you have the Hanged Man here, which is, seeing things from a different perspective, the same as the Page of Swords, which is about seeing things from a higher perspective, right? Page of Swords allows you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm and transform, lower vibrational thinking that's rooted in fear. And that's what the Hangman comes here too. So I feel like next week on the job front, it's allowing you to step back. It's allowing you to have gained a lot of clarity around job and around what you're looking for, around what you're seeking, and it just all these light bulbs are like in my head are going off, and it's seeing like this is you and you're all these light bulbs, and you're like, oh, okay. So it feels like you have some ahas around the job front next week, and so just clarity, 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 um, brightness shining in on that area of your life. So whatever you're needing some answers around, you're going to get some answers and some clarity, and so you can make decisions, and then this transformation of the Hanged Man, which is like for me, it's a like a chrysalis or a cocoon. There's this transformation that's happening, and you're again there's this change of how you're perceiving things and wanting things, and you're just like, okay, you know what, I don't want that, but no, I really want that, and this is the direction I want to head, if that makes sense. So that's what they have coming in for you, Patty. So many blessings to you. All right, let's see where we're going here. Ms. Rack, yeah, you're quite a ways down here yet. I'm going to be on for about 7 more minutes. So I'm going to get through just a few more free readings here, and then I'll be going to my praying mantis session as per usual. And then I will come back on later this afternoon after I eat and after my praying mantis session to complete out the free readings. And I will be back as always tonight and Saturday nights at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So we will be back. All right. And but I still have a few more here. Oh, sorry, I just got a donation came in here. All right, say, thank you so much. Is that Exeter? So thank you for your donation. Let me give that some love there. Hey, David, anyone to know you'd like a love job in general? Absolutely, and thank you for your donation. So we will take a look here and see. So, what does Spirit want you to know around love? All right, and then job. All right, and general. All right. So, around love. All right. Well, you definitely have an interesting combination here. You got love has this King of Wands as the primary energy, which is a lot like the Emperor, where it's a lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos, a lot of people, in the king's ear, in the emperor's ear about, well, this is what you should want, this is what you should do, blah, 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 all these opinions, all these advisors bringing advice, right? But this is about them determining what they want and going, thank you, everyone. Clear the throne room. I'm going to decide. I'm going to put form around what I want. And that's coming in here too with this Knight of Swords, which is movement of thought and belief and mindset. And they're in pursuit of the Ace of Swords, which gives them the ability to see things from a different perspective, cut away these old ways, these old expectations of what love should be. And in doing so, it frees us from expectations because when we have so many rules and so many things that are given to us, it really limits our view. It's like, the horses that have blinders, and over here is the love of your life, but our blinders of going, nope, it has to be this person in this way and blah, blah, blah. But when we cut away our expectations, we're like, whoa, who are you? And this is what I feel is coming in here and opening up here. Because you got the Six of Wands, which is victory, which is mutual attraction. But I also feel like there's this energy of them telling you about love is that um, someone is going to stand out. Either you are up on stage and they're down here, or you're down here and they're up on a stage, or standing out in some way. And they'll stand out if we're able to cut away these expectations and go, well, no, it has to be this type of person in this type of way and blah, blah, blah. But when we cut away this and we trust the universe that they'll bring us the perfect person, the perfect way, and the perfect timing, and we, in the meantime, focus in on our own, clarity and our own self love, this prepares us, for that energy here. So I like that for you here coming in there. So definitely there's um, with that Knight of Swords, it's asking myself, what do I truly want in a relationship and why? Cutting away a lot of this excess stuff that's blinding us towards love, if that makes sense. And then job, yeah, and you've got this Two of Wands and the Six of Pentacles and disappointment, right? So job, we have a lot of fears of disappointment in job and a lot of things that have been restricting us regarding job. The Six of Pentacles is this, you know, um, it's like from early age, there's been this overgiving, right? And this can also impact love because it's like 7 years old and younger, you're given this instruction that I have to give so much to get very little from these important people in my life, whether it's parents, grandparents, whoever. But I had to give so much and I got so little back. As children, we think, well, that seems like a fair rate of exchange. I give you 1,000 love coins or 1,000 abundance coins. I get one back. Well, all of that seeps down into our subconscious and keeps running, and it keeps things away from us. It keeps this force field because that little inner child is in charge of that control panel, keeps a lot of that away. And this is what's coming in here is this changing of where we're investing our energy, and the change of where we're focusing on things changes things. The Two of Wands tells us like if I focus on what is missing, what I hate, what I fear will come in or come into my life or not come into my life, that this energy will it draws in the lower vibrational things. But when I focus on what I'm grateful for, what I do want, joy, laughter, and all that, that brings that in too. I have this playlist. In fact, I think I let me just make sure here. I think I did I grab it. I was grabbing it the other day. Nope, I didn't keep it. Um, but I have a playlist on my main page at the very top. It's Take 10 with Zen. Episodes 4 and 5 talk about fate and drawing things into our life. One of them talks about the Six of Pentacles, episode 5. Episode 4 talks about our energy. I feel those will give you a lot of guidance and some tools on how you can change those things, because it feels like there's this force field, like consciously. I want love, I want promotions, I want this, I want that. But it feels like if anything comes in, it gets repelled out of my life or it's being kept from me, right? Well, that's that little inner child keeping track of, you haven't reached 1,000 love coins yet. You don't deserve the one coin of love yet. But with these tools that it gives you in that playlist, it brings it back down to zero or 1 to 1, to where those force fields drop and it allows love, it allows abundance to come in. So I feel like those are very important for you there. And then lastly, yeah, just in general here, you've got this Four of Pentacles, which is feelings of home in the outside world, with the Queen of Wands, which she's very intuitive, very connected to spirit. And I feel like what's happening here is, there's this energy of feeling safe and at home, um, that comes here in trusting spirit. And I almost feel like you're kind of trying to figure out where your place is in the world, either like where you want to live, who you want to be, what does security mean? And with this Queen of Wands, that black cat is this connection to the spirit world and trusting it. And if you're wondering and you're unsure of these things, know that you're not alone and that you can definitely develop this strong connection with the spirit world. We give them a honey-do list when we before we come down here of all the great things we want to experience down here in this world. But when we're down here, they will honor our free will and power of choice. And while they're busy doing all the stuff on the honey-do list, they can multitask and we can still ask them of our own free will, say, hey, can you guys give me a sign? Can you give me this? And can you show me this? And I'd like some information, clarity. And they will, and we can develop it. But the more when we're in our chaos of the world that's normal here, it's very loud. It's hard for us to hear. But like when we were talking about with the other energy, when you raise your love vibration to that of unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace, it's clear. That's the frequency at which spirit speaks, and you can hear it very clearly up there. And it can bring you guidance in your outside world and help you realize that the outside world will always kind of fall short, because what we're truly looking for, we find inward and upward. And as we do that, then we realize that we find our fullness on the inside, and the world transforms from a place of lack and falling short to being the extra above and beyond, because we're finding everything we need inside of us. We still want stuff on the outside world, we just don't need it, and we're not as needy about it, but it feels overflowing because we're turning inward and upward and getting this oomph of life that we're searching for. So hopefully that helps. I know I was speeding up because I have to head off here in like 1 minute. Um, so hopefully that helps. And thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And for everyone else, I'm just going to quickly grab some screenshots. And so when I come back later this afternoon, DT, we left off with you. So you will be up first. I'm just going to take some screenshots and try to talk at the same time. Generally doesn't fare too well, but we'll try it anyway. But I do have a ton of pick a cards on my main page if you're wanting anything in the meantime. But I will come back later this afternoon and with having being a follower here and being a subscriber, if you have your settings set to all in your notification settings, you'll be notified when I come back online. And I will come back to this video and post a link to the new video when I come back on. And then also in the new video, once I'm done, I will pin a comment of the order in which everything in which I completed the readings. So, and then Ashvin, right? I got you two on the bottom here. So, boom. So we will get all of these completed this afternoon. And let me see here. I just have a quick sec here. Let me just, if you haven't looked at the 2024 energy forecast, here is the playlist. It has one for each individual zodiac sign. I also have a winter and summer solstice pick a card, which gives you the 3-month forecast. Also, Capricorn season is another one that just came out. So happy birthday to you, Capricorn sun babies. And I got some great, this is a wonderful meditation pick a card where we went on a pilgrimage to Glastonbury Tour in England. And then here also we put out the Capricorn new moon alert pick a card as well. So it's a lot of information. All of those are free if you want to check those out. And I have a ton of services that I offer. Well, not a ton, but several items in the description box of the video. Most recently, I put out birthday readings. Those are half off until the end of January. But for everything else, check the description box of the video. All right, everybody, I am out of here. I will be back later. And until I come back, just remember every second of every day of your life, you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So thank you again for all the thumbs up and for all your love and support. And we'll see you soon. You guys take care.